Well, good evening, friends, ladies and gentlemen, members of the All India Anglican Association, whoever has started watching. We will begin the prize distribution in a few minutes. We're giving people a chance to come online, right? I have with me, great. I have with me, I'm just getting messages that people are now watching it and hearing it. I have with me two special gentlemen. One is, a little shorter than me, and one is a little taller than me. And both of them studied together. We'll talk about all that now. I hope they don't give away too many secrets. But it's a great pleasure to have and to welcome Julian Redden. Julian is the president of the Deolali Nasik Igatpuri branch. He is a very talented person. He gets people together. He likes music. He has a good sense of humor. He's called silly by his dear wife, Shelley. And all the people in his branch, they love him. And, sometimes, of course, when he overdoes it, like the president-in-chief overdoes it, they pretend to love us. And we have thick skin, so we carry on. And Julian is a teacher by profession, and they've got three lovely sons. So, Julian, a warm welcome to you.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Brian.
And Julian was the co-convener of this wonderful event at Christmas Panorama, and we'll tell you more about it in due course. The other person whom you can see is a person who is, according to me, one of the finest and the leading voiceover artists of the country.
Thank you.
He's extremely talented. He does voices, he does accents for a living. I don't think he will mind me saying, introduce him as the Anglo-Indian Robin Williams. If you call me Robin Williams, I'll be really happy about it.
The other Williams. Robin, yeah, Robin.
Robin Williams.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
And he was a teacher. He'll tell you, we'll discuss a little about him. I think it's important to know people. And he and his darling wife, Jenny, are two peas in a pod, Tweedledee and Tweedledee, not Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And they have a lovely son who is living abroad. And Andy Hoffland is an active member of the Delhi branch and now involved in the last 3 or 4 years, both he and Jenny, in many, many of national level activities also. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you, Barry. I'll call you Barry, Mr. Barry and Andy for this.
Yeah, now it's all Barry because I'm not wearing a shirt, I'm not wearing a tie and all that. Okay, great. We are a few minutes away. Shomnath says the numbers are picking up, but still a few minutes away. I just wanted to ask both of you. You can be very honest about it, please. Do you feel any positive energy? Anything you like that is happening in our association? Who wants to go first? Go for it, Andy.
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah, Julian.
Yeah, in spite of the fact that we are in the midst of this pandemic, there's been a lot of online activity from several branches all over the country. So the pandemic hasn't really obstructed us from doing what we normally do as Anglo-Indians, enjoying ourselves, giving entertainment to other people. So there's been a lot of online activity, and it has all culminated in this wonderful Christmas panorama that we are going to have the prize distribution for today. And many thanks to you, sir, Mr. O'Brien, for this idea of having the Christmas panorama. And because of your idea and the leadership that came after that right up to this moment, we've all had a wonderful Christmas time. So thank you so much.
Well, my question was a little broad-based. Thank you for that. There have been a lot of online activities, and not just song and dance and merriment, but you're aware that lots of our branches have reached out to people, and including giving rations, including talking to people, upping their spirits, their mood. Some will help others. Jobs very difficult now. So I think the last 9 or 10 months have been a great challenge, but they say the Anglo-Indian community ups its game when there is a big challenge. But on a broader level, Andy, do you very honestly feel, why are you getting so involved in the association now?
you see, my family was a Delhi family for years, from the 1930s, and my family, my immediate family, we traveled a lot. So we lost touch, and it must have been about 11 years or 12 years back, we decided to sort of go join the association, because Jenny's dad and my grandparents were always involved, because I wanted my son to know that these are Anglo-Indians, these are your people, like them or not, or get on with some or not, but these are your people. And I always felt that the youth was always sidelined. I've always felt like that. And maybe I was wrong, but that was my own personal opinion. And I think that now, Mr. O'Brien, with you coming along, personally, why I'm getting so involved is because I feel that the youth is now getting a voice, they're getting a platform, they're getting so much more involved in everything. And I think that's where, the teacher and, let's say, people like Julian and myself and you, I mean, that's what awakens some kind of enthusiasm in us to come forward and try and give as much as we can. Because I always keep going back to that one webinar where they were talking about how during the pandemic, how people have to reskill themselves and, look at alternative careers, and especially advising the youth, because many of them are feeling this pandemic much more than others, because they're starting out their lives, whereas people like us, we're sort of coasting along, we're fine, managing all right, and they need someone to guide them as to how they can tackle what's happening in the world today. So for me, it's that's what enthuses me to contribute, because I feel that we're going somewhere, that something's happening. And I think if we all put it all together, I think we can really shape the community for the future, shape the future of this whole community.
Thank you very much, Andy. So there you go. Andy and Julian, they seem fun guys, but they can talk very seriously and with a lot of depth. Thank you very much. Well, Shomnath informs me that we are crossing the 60 mark. So we will formally begin this event with a short introduction of what Andy was just talking about, the future of the association. Because remember, what we say today will remain on YouTube for our members and others to watch. So we will literally give another point in a few seconds. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to all of you to this Christmas Panorama Grand Finale, the prize distribution. And we welcome everybody from across the country and across the world, in fact, not just members, but our other Anglo-Indians who aren't members of our association. We appeal to you, do seriously consider becoming members of the All India Anglo-Indian Association. And those of you who live far away in Australia, New Zealand, I know people who are watching in the US and Canada and the Middle East and the UK also. A warm welcome to all of you. We'll just take a few minutes to share with you what we are doing in India and why we are doing it. So the All India Anglo-Indian Association, which is headed by the governing body, and I would like to quickly recognize all my governing body members, because they do a lot for the community and for the association, have for many years, some of them, and some more recently. Dr. Oscar Nigley, Mr. Derek Fernandez, Mr. Adrian De Cruz, Mr. Warren Latush, Dr. Philip Toker, Mr. Justin Clark. Then we've got Mr. Eric De Rosario, Mr. Bernard Rodericks, Mr. Michelle Middleton, Mrs. Delphine Dubois, Mr. Ed Jones, and Treasurer, Mr. Glenn Galston, and the Honorary General Secretary, Mr. Rudy Woodman. My sincere thanks to each one of them for all their help and their guidance and their suggestions and all the work that they do. At the national level, a very special thank you to Mr. Rudy Woodman, who is really more than just a strong pillar of support. Mr. Glenn Galston, once again, more than just a pillar of support. These are the two really strong pillars, and I'm very happy to tell you that Mr. Eddie Jones has taken on a lot of responsibility at the national level, and we're very grateful to Mr. Jones. At this point, I would like to thank, for those of you who weren't with us the other day, Air Marshal Denzel Keeler. We wish him compliments of the season, and he seems to get younger. and we wish him good health, he and ma'am, Mrs. Keeler, and all members of the All India Anglo-Indian Education Institution, whom we are working very, very closely with. M. Marshall Keeler and I are constantly in touch, and we are doing whatever we can to together reach out to the community or to the All India Anglo-Indian Association. We also recognize the roles played by Vice President Mr. Peter Phantom, a 3-time MLA. He's a Vice President of the All India Anglo-Indian Education Institution and has been a governing body member of our association for many, many years. And thank you, Mr. Phantom, for your incredible contribution. And the other Vice President, Mr. David Hilton, who is, Mr. Phantom is based in Lucknow, Mr. David Hilton is based in Dehradun, and he is a very, very senior member of our association, a former governing body member, a very important person in the Anglo-Indian education and school scheme of things in India, and the Vice President of the All India Anglo-Indian Education Institution. These two gentlemen and all the members of the All India Anglo-Indian Education Institution, thank you very much for working so closely with us. As far as the association is concerned, I will just take another 3 or 4 minutes to tell you there are 4 avenues or 4 pillars that we are trying to strengthen our association through. One, of course, is the overall direction, which comes from the governing body, and I've just called out the names, who are working very closely with AIAI, which is the All India Anglo-Indian Association Youth. And our focus is really the youth. And in the last few years, we've concentrated a lot on bringing the youth in, part of the movement, to actually give it momentum. And we have been reasonably successful. We intend to be more successful. They are eager. It's up to us now to involve them. So I want to congratulate and thank Vanessa Wilson, the president of AIAI, who is a member of the Coimbatore branch. Vanessa, you and your team, Shane Baptist and Renelle Rosemere, and all the other committee members, we thank them and we thank you for your leadership. And Mr. Clive Van Burl from Bangalore, who is their mentor, he is also doing an incredible job of motivating them, inspiring them, and keeping things going. They've organized some very good webinars and discussions. So that's the overall, the governing body and the youth movement. And what we do is we have our own Facebook pages. The youth have theirs, and the All India Anglo-Indian Association we have our own, which gives all the news of what is happening in the branches or what we plan to do. So that is the central pillar, as it were. Now we are adding 3 more. We've already added 2, and today we will be adding the 3rd one, or the 4th one rather. One is called the Way Forward. Now, this is extremely important generally, and particularly important now in the situation we are in. The Way Forward is a Facebook group, but we also use WhatsApp, and we will also be teaming up with AIAI, the Way Forward group, to organize webinars to basically pass on messages of opportunities, jobs, career counseling. And we've just started it. And I want to just tell you that there's a very small team, and they have already, at least 3 of them are very, very dedicated of them. And I want to thank them for it. Of course, we have Mr. Woodman and Mr. Jones there with them, guiding them. But a very special thank you to Lester Nunes of the Mysore branch, Janet D'Souza of the Trivandrum branch, and Dr. Sherilyn Shivan of Villupuram Pondicherry. The 3 of them are really making things move, well supported by Charles Corfield of the Ooty branch. See the spread. So they are really active. And then we have Rosalind Gonzaga, who is from the Cochin branch, and Peter D'Souza, who's from the Danapur branch. They're also supporting. But to Lester, Janet, Sherilyn, and Charlie, thank you for all that you're doing. And we'll become more active, and we need to get some more people involved in that, the Way Forward. And that's a separate Facebook page also. Then we get to Expressions, which actually came before Way Forward. I felt that we were a bit defensive about our language, and everybody should be very proud of their language. We are very proud, but we sometimes hid it under a bushel, you know. And we, I feel, should be more expressive about it, to talk about our language, talk in our language. And because everybody, or most Indians, realize the importance of our mother tongue. They want to go to our schools. They want to speak our language fluently. They think that our language will get them a job, which is true, actually. And if you communicate well in it, your career grows quickly. So we started Expressions, which is another Facebook group for the love of the English language. And here we have many non-Anglo Indians and others who are participating in events, in contests, and it's creative writing, sharing, sharing words and pictures. So I'm very grateful to the chief mentor there, Dr. Daphne Gomez, who is doing a wonderful job. She's from Trivandrum. Then we have Dr. Cheryl Ann Shivan, who is from Villupuram, Pondicherry. She's also on this group, doing an exceptionally good job with the other editor, Maya Gomez, also from Trivandrum. The three of them, the ladies, are leading us very well. They're well supported by a young and extremely talented young lady from Santragachi, which is in West Bengal, Marian Pereira, giving them a lot of support. And Joy Jacob, a seasoned journalist from Nagpur. And then they've got Penny Thorpe, who's a teacher from Bilaspur. She's promised to get more involved. And Fergus Anthony, who's a real find. He is in charge of the photography part of it. And we've really got involved, really lovely chap, very talented from Bilaspur. And we hope Russell Van Burl, our artist expert, gets more involved. He's from Bangalore. So congratulations to the Expressions team. They just recently had a creative writing contest. All India, more than 210 entries. So they're busy and they're promoting the English language for the love of the English language. Thank you very much. And thank you for your two efforts the other day, which were very, very well received. We are very proud of our culture. So whether it's singing or dancing or acting or doing anything, which is our culture. So we today, after a Christmas Panorama ends, will be launching the last Facebook page, which will be called BAIT, B-A-I-T, Best Anglo-Indian Talent. And the catchline is proud of our culture, because we are very proud of our culture. And this will be looked after by Andy Hoffland, Redden, and Graham Hayden, the third person who isn't here today. But these three people will add some more people to their team, and we will keep our culture not we'll spread it. We will have contests. We will have people singing and dancing for love, for no other reason, and that will begin. So it's really the way forward, which is jobs, opportunities, careers, serious things, expressions for the love of the English language, BAIT for Anglo-Indian talent and our culture, and the body and the AIAIAY giving overall leadership and using the main Facebook page, where I'm very grateful to Aldo Michael, who plays a very, very important role on that Facebook page. Thank you, Aldo. Well, I've thanked everybody. We will now, we finished the formal part. Shomnath, how many people do we have? Wow, we're catching to the 90s. I hope we don't become like Chetan Chauhan, who got out in the 90s many times. But God is today. God is with us today. So, having given that prelude, that day there was a lot of prayer in the program, but today there's no prayer in the program. So we will begin with a very short prayer, and then we will go in to the prize distribution. So if you'll all join me for a moment. Lord Jesus, thank you for all the blessings that you've given us as a community and us as an association. We thank you for all the blessings you have given us in these last 10 months to stay strong, stay united, in fact, more united than before. We remember all those who have passed on, especially after the virus, souls rest in peace. We pray for their families to get the strength to bear this great loss. There are many in our families and in our association and amongst the community and other communities also across the country and the world who are still struggling to beat the virus, and they are unwell. Many of them are in hospitals. We pray for that touch comes upon them and they are soon well. Those who have lost their livelihood and have lost their jobs, we pray that they have the strength to either reinvent themselves and start something of their own, or to find a job, any job to get by, and then finally a job of their choice. We thank you once again for all the graces that you have given us and all the blessings. Help us through the year, the coming year. And today, in this event, we pray to you that we have no technical problems like we did a couple of days ago, and be with us as we share some very special moments of where we praise our members and our branches for their efforts. And we always remember that come what may, we will keep Christ as the focus in Christmas. We ask these prayers to Christ our Lord. Thank you very much. Right. So a Christmas Panorama has two conveners. Graham Hayden, who's not with us, he's the vice president of the Mumbai branch. And we've got Julian Redden. They are the two conveners. And I'm going to ask Julian to just give us a brief about how we went about it. Yes, Julian.
Well, we basically, it started with the president-in-chief sending out the email to all the branch presidents. And as part of that email, there was Graham and myself with all the general rules. And the details were very clearly laid out. And there was a response from 23 branches, to be precise, who have sent in their videos and different items. And thanks very much to Somnath Dasgupta for putting all the videos together. And then we had the 4 separate days of a Christmas Panorama, and that's about it. And here we are today.
Okay, so Julian, one of the things was that everything had to be Christmassy. That means if you were dancing, if you can just tell them about that. Yep, everything had
to be. Yeah. There were 6 or 7 items that each branch could put up as a maximum, but the music, the backdrop, the dancing, elocution, whatever was the event, it had to be related to Christmas. And I'm very happy to say that 99% of all the items that came in were indeed very Christmassy.
Okay, I would say 95%, but anyway, those of you who weren't Christmassy, we still will recognize your efforts. 24 branches, Julian, participated. Yes, and we are very grateful to Graham Hayden of Mumbai and Julian. Please, let's give them a warm round of applause for their efforts. Very well done. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Somnath, can we see on screen the names of the branches participated? And all the branches, all the members from these branches, good news, will receive a certificate signed by Santa Claus and the President-in-Chief. So a certificate saying congratulations and thank you. We will be sending you that. Of course, you must send us all the names. So within another week or so, please send us the names by the 31st of December with the correct spelling. Everybody who was involved, even if you were involved in the background, doing the editing. So please send us the name. We will send you an e-certificate, which you need to take a printout of. If you want to print it on good paper or even laminate it and give the members in a special way, that's up to you. We will send you an e-certificate for every single member who participated, even backstage, or in editing, or in helping, or in acting, or in singing, or in dancing. So which are the branches? These members of these 24 branches will be receiving these certificates. Right. These are the branches that participated. I beg your pardon. These are members of these branches. So thank you very much and congratulations. Andy, which are the branches? If you can just take the...
Yeah. These are the
names?
branches, the names of the branches: Agra, Calcutta, Coimbatore, Dehradun, Delhi, Devlali, Nasik, Igatpuri, Faridabad, Noida, Ghaziabad, or FNG, Goa, Jamshedpur, Kharagpur, Khurda Road, Bhubaneswar, Madurai, Mumbai, Nagpur, Palavaram, I hope I said it right, Patna, Podanur, Pune, Santragachi, St. Thomas Mount, Trivandrum, Villupuram, Pondicherry, and Vishakhapatnam.
Well done, Andy. And these branches, the members of these branches will be receiving certificates. But there were one or two branches which participated only in one event. So we will not be giving the branch a participation certificate. We will be giving the branches a participation certificate if you have participated in 2 or more events. Has that slide come up, Andy?
Yeah, I've got every branch that participated in 2 or more events will receive a congratulations and thank you certificate signed by Santa Claus and the President-in-Chief. Agra, Calcutta, Dehradun, Delhi, Devlali, Nasik, Igatpuri, Goa, Jamshedpur, Kharagpur, Khurda Road, Bhubaneswar, Madurai, Mumbai, Nagpur, Palavaram, Patna, Podanur, Pune, Santragachi, St. Thomas Mount, Trivandrum, Villupuram, Pondicherry, and Vishakhapatnam. It looks like the same list.
Same list of names, but doesn't matter. But thank you very much, Andy, for that. Congratulations. Thank you to all the branches and all the individuals. So Graham, I beg your pardon, Graham and Julian, thank you very much. Graham, we're missing you today, but thank you for all your hard work. And Julian, we will now let Julian take a back seat, because Graham and Julian and Andy also had nothing to do with the judging. Their branches were involved. So they're feeling a little shy because they may win some awards, So thank you very much, Julian, once again. Don't leave the meeting.
Yeah.
You can just don't leave the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Thank you, Julian.
Thank you very much, Sir Mr. Brian and Andy, and all the very best for the prize distribution. And once again, thank you to all the branches and participating members. And because of you, we've all had a wonderful Christmas time. Thank you.
Julian, 1 minute before you go, Julian. Yeah. I just want all people, but especially young people, even older people like us, Julian knows the value of communicating quickly. He was literally on the ball. Whenever any branch sent in an entry, he responded. He answered their queries, or he responded saying, "I'll get back to you." That is something that a lot of us lack. So I think, Julian, I really want to credit you for that. And in BAIT, I can tell you, if you're one of the main guys, and you are going to be, I'm sure you will be responding very quickly.
Thank you. Thank you, Barry. Yeah.
Right. Let's go on now to Andy taking over, and we go for the results. So he will call out the category name and what we've done. Andy, if you can just explain the 3 levels.
So what we have is 3 categories for performances. One is a commendable performance. We have an excellent performance, and then we have an outstanding performance, because everyone agreed that there was no point in having like first, second, or third, or gold, silver, bronze, or anything like that, because after all, this is Christmas, and although it was competitive, there's no need for it to be as competitive as that. So we have 3 categories: a commendable performance, excellent performance, or you have an outstanding performance. So if we go ahead and go with the first. The first set is for comparing the program. Now, each branch had their own compare who had to compare the program. So, comparing the program, a commendable performance.
Right. So, I think this is a very important thing. Please, next time when we have something, you have to have somebody saying what's going to happen. Some of you send it without a compare, or without the compare being seen. I think it's extremely important for us to have a compare. So some young people have really done well here. So Andy, if you could go ahead, and at the end of it, I will just make my comments. Yes, Andy.
All right. So for comparing the program, we have a commendable performance from Shireen Rodrigues of Delhi, the branch, Angelina Knight of the Patna branch, and we have an excellent performance by Jacqueline Mitchell of the Mumbai branch, and an outstanding performance in comparing Mariah Snade of the Jamshedpur branch and Isabel Dias and Anastasia Dias of the Nagpur branch. They were really good.
all these boys and girls and people should be in touch with Mr. Andy Hoffland. I can tell you, you can consider, Andy, I'm sure you'll agree with me, many of them consider seriously doing it. And the beauty of this is, you can be like me. I was a teacher, but I used to do May Queen contests, New Year's Eve bashes, and earn money. So you can, what we call side money. So congratulations to all the winners. Please give them a huge round of applause. Shireen Rodriguez of Delhi, so dignified and, very confident and graceful. Well done, Shireen. Angelina Knight of the Patna branch, very relaxed, if I may use the term, in a very positive way, very Anglo-Indian, warm, lovely. And then Jacqueline Mitchell of Mumbai branch. She's, let's say, a young person in our age group or a little younger, and she did an excellent job, very, very expressive. And then an outstanding performance, Mariah Sneed of Jamshedpur. Lovely script, great contact with the screen. That's huge. I mean, it was Andy was just praising you all the time, Mariah. You're really good and so relaxed and so warm.
The connect was there. You really connected.
There you go. You have to connect. And Isabel Dias and Anastasia Dias, two very intelligent, pretty young ladies from the Nagpur branch. They complemented each other beautifully. I'm sure they're sisters, and they were so good, and they were so confident. I mean, they were like professionals. So congratulations to all of them. Well done, all of you. Keep it up.
Do we have some canned applause music or something? No. Okay. No sound effect. So moving on. Moving on to the elocution, I'm very glad that the judges did this. They split it into adults and not so adult. So in the adults for elocution, you had an excellent performance from Gabriella Castor of the Villapuram Pondicherry branch, an outstanding performance by Althea Pereira of the Devlali Nasik Igatpuri or DNI branch. Should we continue to the children one, or do we?
No, I just want to say that here, obviously,
the adult one.
Yeah, us Anglo-Indians are really good at this also. And Gabriella, it was very well written. It had a lot of humor as well as a good serious message with some effects, etc. And you did it, really carried it off well. And Althea Pereira. Now, Althea, the Pereira family, they're from DNI branch, but they live in Igatpuri. They have this lovely, cozy, warm house where I was privileged to have lunch with them. And we really mucked in. We started with nice, how Anglo starts spoon and fork and behaving all goody-goody. And then I said, fine, I'm really going to tuck into this chicken, And they gave this wonderful meal. And there was so much love and warmth, the Pereira family and their school. And then they gave me a treat. I've never told anyone this. They took me, Keith, thank you very much, see the birthplace and the childhood home of Sir Henry Gibney. Was born in Igatpuri. So, and Keith, I really want to thank you, Lizzie, and of course Althea for that lovely, lovely day in Igatpuri. Sorry for going off the point, but I would share anecdotes whenever I can. Congratulations, superb.
Great. Moving on now to the elocution or Christmas messages from children. I think these were for us, these won over everyone's hearts. An excellent performance from Crescencia Cavallo of the Trivandrum branch, Shania Moss of the Jamshedpur branch, and Angelina Medlicott of the Delhi branch. That's an excellent performance from them. And, of course, an outstanding performance by Justin Knight of the Patna branch.
What are the most important
things to say about them?
If you can just take 20 seconds. What according to the most important things in elocution? Diction, expression, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Anyway, we clap for them. Crescencia Carvalho, a young girl, very, very confident with her big eyes. And again, I've had the privilege of meeting her family twice in Trivandrum. And Shania Moss, Jamshedpur, you did very well. Spoke very, very clearly, as did Angelina Medlicott. Excellent elocution. And Justin Knight was a bit different. Justin, I'm sure you'll get better and better. but he was talking about why in the Nativity he would like to play Joseph. And he gives the reasons why he can't play this role and that role, etc. And finally he says, because Mummy said, or somebody said, I look good in a beard. Lovely people. And he said it, he just carried off with, in a very nonchalant way and very casual way, which many Anglo-Indians can do very well. So congratulations.
Moving on to the Christmas message. Commendable performance from Caroline Augustine of the Podanur branch. An excellent performance by, Carol Augustine of the Podanur branch. Sorry, Carol. An excellent performance by James Taylor of the Vishakhapatnam branch, Jeffrey Bird of the Pune branch, and Natasha Wheeler of the Goa branch. And an outstanding performance by Ernest Flanagan of the Mumbai branch.
So I want to just compliment.
Applause. Yes.
Yeah, congratulate them. Carol Augustine, Podanur branch, very, very original and very, warm and sisterly or girlfriendly or, motherly, or it was beautiful, lovely. And James Taylor of the Vishakhapatnam branch, you must hear it. He tells you the history of how carols began, became very, very popular in World War I, when on Christmas Eve, there was these English soldiers in a German, whatever, they were may not be a concentration camp, but they were just on the border, and they could hear, they were really missing home. It was Christmas Eve in World War I, 15 maybe, and they heard a young German 21-year-old soldier singing in German Silent Night. And then they come to the, barbed wire, and he also comes. They exchange pleasantries. They didn't understand what they were saying. They exchanged cigarettes and gifts, and beautiful stories. Well, very well told us and from James Taylor. Thank you very much, sir. Jeffrey Bird, very spiritual, deep message. Thank you very much, Mr. Bird. It touched me in a special way. And Natasha Wheeler from the Goa branch, she was standing outside. You could hear the cars going by. It's an original piece that she's written, and the introduction was even better than the piece. So Natasha, excellent, Natasha Wheeler of Goa. An outstanding performance from Ernest Flanagan of the Mumbai branch. So sporting. He's a professional lyricist and a musician. He wrote this beautiful, and he's got a lovely, deep, beautiful voice. I wish you could see him. It was just a clip of a picture of him with a microphone. But Ernest, Andy and I are pretty good at this, but we both salute you because you did it really well. And you wrote it, to write something into it. Super. Somnath tells me we've crossed the 100 mark. 120 people are watching live, which means at least 300-400 people, because there are more than one person watching it at home, I'm sure. Great. Let's move on, Andy.
All right. Moving on to the nativity or the skit. This is my favorite part, actually, and I enjoyed watching all of them. An outstanding performance from the Pune branch with their nativity play. The Delhi branch, which was a comic take with a little bit of a twist and a message for the concept, script, and production. Devlali Nasik Igatpuri branch for the concept, script, and performance. Now, that was Santa and Julian having some puns and jokes. Brilliant. Big round of applause.
Yeah. The branch nativity, I think it was fantastic. The sets, the props, the music, the costumes, the bishop's stamp all over it, the bishop's school stamp, and very well done. Excellent. And all the people who helped put it together, there's a lot of hard work there. The Delhi branch, it's a modern day Scrooge, and it was incredible. I loved it. It was so simply done. You must watch it. I will talk about the lead performer a little later, but very well conceived, beautiful message, very Anglo-Indian, and a lovely Scrooge Christmas carol. Dream. Which dream was it? Dream of the Christmas past or future? And then Julian Redden at his best with Santa Claus, having this lovely chat and conversation. And it's very funny. And then it becomes very serious, where he says, the letter to Santa Claus says from a child, please, Granddad, keep Granddad well. He passed away because of COVID. And please bring Anna out of the hospital because she's got COVID. And please do something to get my daddy and mommy their jobs back. And please let not the uncle next door leave because of this COVID situation. Can't pay rent because my friend will go away. It's really moving very well there. Devlali Nasik Igatpuri.
Right.
Yes, Andy.
I'm glad that the judges did this. They looked at the acting as well, because there was a lot that went into all this. So the acting in this was taken into consideration, and you had a commendable performance from Evan Kurich, I hope I pronounced it right, Kurich of the Pune branch. Excellent performance by Clisson De Silva from the Devlali Nasik Igatpuri branch, and Samson Littlewood of the Pune branch. That was an excellent. And the judges decided that an outstanding performance by Ryan Footman of the Delhi branch, who is a 16-year-old who just did a fantastic job. I think you should speak about this one, Barry.
Yes, I should. But anyway, we'll come to Ryan because I'd like to know a little about him from you, Andy. Evan Kurich of the Pune branch, he played just a few seconds. He played Herod. In those few seconds, I think he had only 2 lines. And he just looked. And he was so good. So I'm trying to tell young people, don't worry about how big your role is. Okay? It's the meat that's in the role or what you can do to that role. And that is true not only on stage. It's true about life also. Every single role, even if you've got a few lines in your company, in your family, in your branch, in the association, every single line and every single performer matters. As we from this young Evan, well done. Then we had Clisson De Silva, who's not that young man. He was fantastic with Santa Claus. He was so real, so jolly, but yet so controlled. Lovely voice also. If we ever do a play, we've got to get Clisson De Silva involved. And then there was this young boy. All you young girls who are any age, he's young. He's very young, actually. I'm just joking. He is Samson Littlewood. He had this pink shirt with a bow tie, and he was one of the narrators.
Yeah.
Very confident, very dignified, very graceful. Excellent. And finally, Ryan Footman. He's 16 years old. Watch his performance in the Delhi branch skit. He plays the lead role as a modern Scrooge. Friends, we have found a talent here. All of these boys and girls are talented, but this Ryan Footman, he should actually seriously consider, obviously, to study, etc. Where does he study, Andy?
He's in Weinberg Allen School in Missouri. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, I hope he's serious about his theater.
Yes.
If you can tell his parents, I'm sure you're in touch with them. But he looks really good. Ryan, keep it up. Superb performance. God bless you. We want to see you on stage much more, very often. Congratulations to everyone.
Yeah. Next, we have the dancing. Now, of course, you have the couples and you have the group. We have the couples dancing coming up. Again, over here, I think because it was a Christmas panorama, it was meant to be Christmassy themed. And I think that's where some things went a little off. It was difficult for the judges. But we have a commendable performance from, I hope I say this right, Malcolm Lavoca and Veronica Jacob from the Nagpur branch. An excellent performance from Barbara and Marcus Parker, the Villapuram Pondicherry branch. And an outstanding performance by Annette Rosario and Aubrey De Cruz of the Madurai branch. And Brian Sweeney and Ingrid Rosario of the Calcutta branch. Special mentions, there were some people who did send in, but the music was not Christmassy, but they were still considered. So special mentions, excellent performances by Wayne and Juanita Filbert of the Palavaram branch, and Terence and Monica De Silva, who danced really well. I mean, they're all over Facebook. They were all over Facebook during the lockdown. Faridabad, Noida, Ghaziabad branch, who danced to other songs. Special mention for them.
Yeah, of course, when you come to dancing, obviously the list grows up because we love dancing. And friends, I'd like to share something with you over here. That is, in fact, we've forgotten to mention it. We've got Charlene and Nigel. Did you mention them from the Kharagpur branch? That's an addition. Yeah, if you can just.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, we forgot to put it on the slide, Andy. So you can just call out their names. That's Charlene and Nigel. Okay, that's Kharagpur branch. Friends, I want to share something with you here. As you can make out, it's not just a prize distribution. It's a sharing that I'm trying to do through this prize distribution. It wasn't an easy decision, and it wasn't popular with everybody. But I was sure that it was right to involve the spouses and the children and the mothers of members. That means if your child is not an Anglo-Indian, or your spouse is not an Anglo-Indian, or your mother is not an Anglo-Indian, to involve them in activities in our church, our whatever else we're doing. Obviously, they can't vote and they can't stand for election, and they're not technically members that way. But everything else, friends, I can tell you it was tough, but we went through with it. It's the game changer. Today, I can tell you it's the game changer. Because if you see in the last 3 or 4 years, the involvement, not just of the non-Anglo-Indian spouse and the children, but the greater investment and involvement of the Anglo-Indian mother who feels so good that her husband is now fully involved or supporting her, that her children are participating in everything, in the youth meets, in the activities. It's the game changer. And I'm just sharing this with you because one of the dancers who've been recognized here, his father is not an Anglo-Indian, and his mother is an Anglo-Indian. He's a member of a branch, and he jived much better than I can jive with my 2 left feet. So what I'm trying to tell you, it's not that because you can jive, you're an Anglo-Indian. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that children are being brought up as Anglo-Indians. Okay, they can't become the MLA or MP. Anyway, there are no more seats. But they can't be elected to the branch committee, or they can't vote. But that's secondary. Most importantly, they feel like a part of the community and fully involved. They're being given responsibilities. It's not something done in a condescending way. It is being done from the heart, and I'm really, really thankful. Finally, I think almost 95% of the people are supporting us in this decision. Andy, do you feel that way? Have you?
No, yes, I feel that, it includes the whole, it becomes inclusive, because then the whole family feels a part of the community. And we are a dwindling community, honestly, and I think this helps. And the more people we get on board, I mean, everyone has ideas and something to contribute, and why not have
and
them?
talent, yeah, and Anglo-Indian culture. They're enriching Anglo-Indian culture themselves.
I can't dive. Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations, Malcolm Lavoca and Veronica Jacob, a young couple. I've had the privilege of meeting them in Nagpur. Very lively, very talented, both of them. And Charlene and Nigel. Charlene Arora is the secretary of the Kharagpur branch and really a pillar over there. And Nigel is the boy I was talking about. Well done, Nigel. And then we've got an excellent performance from Barbara and Marcus Parker, Villapuram, Pondicherry. You've got to see them. What grace, and on their toes. Terrific. Incidentally, Marcus writes very well also. Check him out on Expressions. And then we've got outstanding performances, Annette Rosario and Aubrey de Cruz. Talk about youth. These people are the youngest, not in age. Apparently, they're in their 70s or early 80s. And apparently, because you won't believe it, fantastic energy and body language. It's just fantastic. Both of them. Congratulations, Annette Rosario and Aubrey de Cruz of the Madurai branch. Superb. And then Brian Sweeney and Ingrid Rosario of the Calcutta branch, going to 3 dances, one after the other. Very, very professional, very thorough, beautiful. We also congratulate Wayne and Jonita Filbert of the Palavaram branch, and Terence and Monica De Silva of the Faridabad, Noida, Ghaziabad branch. All 4 of them are lovely dancers, excellent dancers. We just couldn't put you in that list because of the songs. The songs are not Christmassy. Next time, send Christmassy songs, okay? But we love watching you dancing. Keep dancing.
We have the group dancing. Now, the group dancing was really interesting to watch, and we enjoyed watching it, Jenny and I. So there was a commendable performance from the Devlali Nasik Igatpuri branch. Well done, ladies. And excellent performance from the Mumbai branch. They were well coordinated. I remember seeing that. And an outstanding performance from the Calcutta branch. Loved watching. It was real choreography there. Of course, special performances by Althea and Samreen of St. Thomas Mount branch, who danced to other songs. But I think what they should try and do, they were really good, very well coordinated, modern dancers. And I think maybe they should look at some kind of remixes of Christmas carols that they can choreograph for the future, because there's so many remixes being done. So they could really do a hip hop version of a Christmas carol next time. But they were great. Barry, sorry.
Andy's summed it up beautifully. I don't have anything to add. So well done, Devlali Nasik Igatpuri, combination of young and not so young. And the Mumbai branch, I just want to tell you, they had one girl who was so sporting. She didn't have much time to prepare. So she just joined in and followed them. So I want to say, well done. I mean, it's the spirit that matters. And I don't know the girl's name, but she was at the back watching them and then, moving to the beat, as it were. Lovely. Thank you, Mumbai. And Calcutta branch, as Andy said, wow.
Choreography.
Well, and yes, Althea and Samreen. Samreen is how you pronounce it. We didn't get your surnames, but from the St. Thomas Mount branch, thank you, Mrs. Dawn Wilson, for organizing that. And girls, all the very best for the future.
Then we have the singing. So the solo singing I think the judges were spoiled for choice over here. There was a commendable performance by Daniel Imbert of the Dehradun branch, Jeremiah de Rosario of the Cochin branch, an excellent performance by Dominic Rose of the Mumbai branch and Francesca Fowler of the Podanur branch, and an outstanding performance, Mabel Andrade of the Delhi branch, Shania Ellis of the Patna branch. We've been watching her on Facebook with her grandfather, I think. And Tyrone D'Souza of the Agra branch, who again, yes, he's the cowboy of Agra, isn't he?
There you go, cowboy of Agra. Well, they sang very well, all of them. Daniel Imbert has a very sort of a Phantom of the Opera type of voice. Dehradun branch, Daniel, I'm sure you can sing this song well, but you can sing maybe other songs even better. Congratulations, well done, keep it up. Jeremiah de Rosario is the winner of the Voice of the Year a couple of years ago from Cochin. Jeremiah, I liked what you did, but I actually preferred what you did in the One Shouldn't Compare. But that was deadly. Okay, keep singing. An excellent performance from Dominic Rose. Well, professional voice. I mean, I don't know whether you are a professional, but a very, 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 very cultured and in control. And Francesca Fowler sang, a Nat King Cole, Ellis, I think, was it L-O-V? No, it can't be L-O-V. It must be a Christmassy song. Beautiful. Really nice. Lovely. Mabel Andrade, extremely talented. What passion, what power, and I don't know, you were just singing, you were in it. Superb. Shania Ellis, exceptionally good. Very, very good, and very, very popular all over the world now. Well done, Shania. Patna branch. Mabel is of the Delhi branch, and Tyrone D'Souza, of course, is the cowboy, the country man. Everybody loves listening to Tyrone D'Souza of the Agra branch. Great talent. Congratulations to all.
I love that applause. You must keep that for the AGM, I think, the next time you have
one. Even if they were clapping for us.
The duet
distribution. At the AGM, you will never get a clap like that.
A commendable, this is for the duets, singing duets, a commendable performance from Savio Starr and Shalina Van Haltren of the Palavaram branch, or Van Haltren, I think they say. An excellent performance from Marcus Clear and Timothy Clear of the Madurai branch, Ocean and Marcia Nicholas of St. Thomas Mount branch. Ocean is a find, I think, for the future. An outstanding performance from Natasha Suresh and Deanne Rodrigues of the Trivandrum branch. Anything to add?
This was something really good to listen to. Savio and Shalina. Shalina, this is the spelling that we received. Correct us if you're wrong, but we didn't make the if it's wrong. I hope it's right. This is the spelling that we got. Love listening to you all. Marcus Claw and Timothy Claw, please listen to them from the Madurai branch. I think it's a father and son. I haven't mentioned it. The son probably is Marcus or Timothy. I'm not sure. Well, Junior is a fantastic guitarist. Oh, lovely, old-fashioned, in control, beautiful rock and roll. And Dad, he just sat and belted it out, And they had such beautiful chemistry, and they enjoyed themselves so much from the Madurai branch. Loved listening to them. Ocean is a little girl. I think Ocean maybe 12 or 13, and she's got this phenomenal, like a crazy voice. You'll just sort of open your eyes wide, because she gets it from her mom, who's got an exceptionally good voice. They're from the St. Thomas's Mount branch, and Marcia Nicholas. Marcia she's a music teacher and a singing teacher in a school. So they sang the duet, and I can tell you that Ocean is going to, I think, cross many oceans, and she could do it with her singing. Superb. One of the performances of A Christmas Panorama, according to me, is the performance by Natasha Suresh and Leanne Rodrigues of the Trivandrum branch.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely mind-blowing. Just one into the other. They were just, you just will not be able to listen to it again and again and again. Superb performance. Well done, Natasha and Leanne. Keep it up.
Lovely, of course. Choir singing. Now, of course, the word choir, we sort of imagine other things. I think we need to make this group singing in the future. It'll be
group singing. Yeah. The choir. Because no. Some we Anglo-Indians are very touchy. They'll write to us saying, "Hey, what is this group singing?"
But actually, in a group, okay, we were a choir. Yeah, I can understand.
Correct.
So commendable performance from the Kharagpur branch, the Palavaram branch, and Madurai branch, and excellent performance by the Agra branch, the Cochin branch, and the Calcutta branch, and an outstanding performance by, you've guessed it, the Villipuram Pondicherry branch.
Thank you very much, Andy. Now, what I'll do here is, because putting a group together before Christmas, that means credit has to be given to the people of the branch. It's not easy.
In COVID days, Barry.
Yeah, absolutely, in COVID days. So I'm going to say the Kharagpur branch, besides Charlene and Christopher, we've got Mr. Herbert Benjamin and their team. Kharagpur is Kharagpur. They are really fighting it out and trying to help people, as well as go through with some Christmas functions also, maintaining social distancing. So well done. Palavaram branch, always participating, always responding, always active, to Justin De Silva and his team. Superb. Keep it up. The Madurai branch, Moses Pears and his team, they sort of reminded me that they finished in 19 minutes, 29 seconds, and they participated in how many events? Very, very thorough. Moses and his team, congratulations for all that you do. Khurda Road, Bhubaneswar branch, a very active branch. Now the president is Sean Rodrigues, and we've got Colin Carrison, who's one guy, and they are very, very homely people, lovely people. Keep up the good work. And then the Nagpur branch, very, very, which should I say, talented people with different opinions, which is fun also. And they've got a nice team together. They've got many active people, so keep it up. Agra, well, you can't leave them out of anything. Melva Pope leading over there, Trevor Rosemere, Renelle Rosemere, and all the others, active people. Keep up the good work. Cochin branch led by Llewellyn de Rosario. Excellent team of people. If you ever go to Cochin, make sure you meet all of them. Llewellyn de Rosario, Denzel Bear, Marlene Jackson, Rosalind Gonzaga, of course, Adrian De Cruz, our governing body member there in his lovely home, Mrs. De Cruz, and Derek and Julia of Vipine, which is just across Cochin. Coral Godino, who is always active, especially with the youth. Then we've got Bassanio, who's always he's a youth leader, I think. So they've got a lovely team over there. The Calcutta branch, you may know the lady. I know her well. But she and her team, that's Denise and her team, she's got a wonderful committee, and the youth put this all together. So congratulations, Calcutta youth, for all that you did. And the Villupuram Pondicherry branch led excellently from the front by Dr. Cheryl Ann Shivan and a lot of active people in both in Villupuram as well as Pondicherry. But Cheryl Ann showing the way, superb.
Yeah, I have to apologize. I didn't read the names of the slide. So we get on to the fancy dress. Now, this was entertaining. I mean, we expected to have only children, and then we had these groups coming on who were very interesting to watch, Barry. So fancy dress adults, super performances by Sherry and team of the Jamshedpur branch. Yes, they were really quite entertaining, these ladies, and I think we enjoyed watching each one come up and give us their take on who they were. And then we had Shelley Redden and Rosalind D'Souza from the Devlali Nasik Igatpuri branch. Oh, Shelley, I loved your costume. It was great.
What did they do, Andy? You can share that.
Well, Sherry and team, I mean, each of them, we had one who was the fire, and of course, they were a bit risque, but very entertaining. We had the fire, we had the snow woman, if I remember
anything, and then you had a decoration.
We had the decoration, the spangle. What was the lady in red? You were great.
She was Santa-like.
Oh, you were Lady Santa, Miss Santa. And and we had the lollipop, the candy stick. We had
it was very sporting, and Sherry and her team, outstanding, lovely.
You were
beautiful,
so entertaining.
Relaxed. They were a little modelly, and they were full of life. All did their bit so well. So well done over there. And Sherry Redden, that was Sherry. And then we go to Shelley. Shelley Redden at the Jamshedpur branch. Sherry and her team. And
Shelley and Rosalind were from Devlali, Nasik, Igatpuri. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. What did they do?
Well, I don't remember. Rosalind, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. But I remember Shelley was in that sort of, with just a head and a hand stuck out.
Yeah, Shelley was Mrs. Claus, and she had a whole thing. And what's her name? Rosalind. Hands were Shelley's legs.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Sorry, Rosalind, we only saw your hand.
Take a Good.
Can we have an applause also? Do they get applause?
Oh, for that?
Yeah. Okay. Super performances. Award for special talent in the youth.
You got to go back. You missed a slide, I think.
Oh, I don't think I have that. So I'll read it off here.
Fancy dress.
Can I have the next slide?
Shomnath, fancy dress for the children.
Oh, yeah.
Fancy dress for the
children. I'm so sorry. Yes, I missed out that one. Fancy dress children. This is when we try to pretend we're just saying things off the cuff and reading them off a doc file somewhere. Super performance from Joshua Bayer of the Podanur branch. Thank you. Alexis Pereira Bengra of the Santragachi branch. Myra Knight of the Patna branch, and Neil Afridi of the Mumbai branch.
Well, obviously, this was a real fun thing to watch because the children enjoyed. And I can tell you, please tell the children that Santa has said every child who participated is going to get a certificate signed by Santa Claus. So please congratulate them. They're all winners. And some of them will get 2 certificates. Besides that, they'll get another one. That is Joshua Bayer of the Podanur branch. You got to see him. He's a Santa. He's terrific. Well done. Alexis Pereira Bengra of the Santragachi branch. She's the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, if you please. Very talented. Yep. Myra Knight of the Patna branch. Well done. And Neil Afridi of the Mumbai branch. Neil, friends, needs to be really applauded. Neil is a child who, is really fighting the odds and doing a great job and coming out. And I want to here mention the Mumbai branch, Blossom Lillywhite and her team, led of course by Blossom. We wish her a quick recovery. She's recovering in Dubai. And it's not easy to run a branch in Mumbai, which is like 3 cities or 5 cities together, And the way she and her team reach out, especially with her leadership, and get people involved, it's something incredible. Well done, blossom. And then, of course, the Patna branch, you see them featuring all over, led by Glenda Goldston and her team. Glenda, keep up the good work. Though you're such a busy person, you are always there for your branch. The Podanur branch, a couple of years ago, we had Oscar and I had to go down there and meet them, etc. I'm very happy to tell you it's a very active branch and doing very well, thanks to their really hardworking committee led by the president, Philip Fowler, the secretary, Barbara Kumar, and their team. Every one of them, some of them are more active, but it's very well done, Podanur, for all that you're doing. The Santragachi branch, which is the Santragachi, and then we have Shalim over there, but it's still the Santragachi branch by name. But we've got members from Shalim also. Dominic Coates-Reed, the president now, taking it forward with Marion Pereira, the secretary, and Dominic's wife Sharon as the vice president, and we have other committee members. Keep up the good work, Santragachi branch. Stay active. Very good. Sorry, I've got to keep talking about branches there, Andy.
No, I think you're doing a great job. I think the applause was for what you said, I think, Barry.
For the branches, what they're doing, yeah.
Super. It's surprising how many branches sort of sent messages saying, I don't think we can put anything together. And then because we're not sure, and then they put together something which turned out to be outstanding. And I think that was the resilience and the creativity coming out. That's what we saw. Super performances.
We're through with that.
We're through with that? No, this is Award for Special Talent, Youth, Music and Singing. Is that what we have? Yes. So we have Patricia Rosario from the Agra branch, Timothy Clear, of course, I've missed him. Sorry, he's not there. Gareth De Mello of the Goa branch, and Ria Shivan of the Villapuram Pondicherry branch. Okay,
I'm asking Andy to read off the slide, okay?
Yeah, you need to, yes. An award for special talent, youth, writing and speaking, Shania Fernandez of the Madurai branch.
Okay, this was not for any category, but this is something that we spotted, where it wasn't a category. So Patricia Rosario of the Agra branch she's the lead singer in the group and playing the guitar. Terrific. Very, very talented. And then we've had from the Goa branch, Gareth De Mello. He was singing and playing the guitar. Keep it up, Gareth. You have a lot of potential. And Ria Shivan of the Villapuram Pondicherry branch, she was part of the choir or the group. And she separately, if you listen to her, but she's a real talent. And she's doing very well in her career also, but besides that, very good. And this young lady, Shania Fernandez, was first year college, I think, on the Madurai. Shania, your message was not a Christmas message, but it was such a good message that it needed to be recognized. You write well, you speak well, and it's a really special message about mental health. It's absolutely brilliant, and everybody, young people or anybody, should listen to it, especially teachers. Thank you very much, Shania.
Now to put all these items together and to bring it all together in a package was where these next awards were given for overall presentation and editing. So
1 minute. Promising talent for singing. Yeah, we just follow that, Andy. We got that recognition for promising talent.
I'm sorry. Next slide. Yes. Recognition for promising talent singing. Oh, we have again singing. Rachel Scott of the Derby branch.
1 minute. These are the slightly younger ones. See, it says promising.
Oh, these are not as old ones. This is Rachel Scott from the Dehradun branch, Joshua De Silva from Devlali Nasik Igatpuri branch, and Leah Hope Redden of the Pune branch, and Roshna Mendez of the Coimbatore branch.
Right. So Rachel Scott of the Dehradun branch, thank you, Rachel. Keep it up. You are a promising singer. And we thank the Dehradun branch. And we thank Patricia Hilton because she keeps liaising with us constantly. Please remember Patricia in your prayers. She's well on her way to recovery, but do remember Patricia and Patsy and David in your prayers. And well done, Dehradun. Thank you for sending in the entries. Joshua De Silva of the Devlali Nasik Igatpuri branch, he's a very calm person. He sings well within himself, but he's promising. And Leah Hope Redden of the Pune branch. Oh, she is full. I mean, she's a performer. You just check her out. Lots of special effects, etc. Well done, Leah. And Roshna Mendes of the Coimbatore branch, whose father made it a point to send it. I think parents should be encouraging their children all the way, like Mr. Mendes. Thank you, Coimbatore branch.
Thank you, Barry. For the overall presentation and editing, so this is what I had spoken about. Commendable, Jamshedpur branch and the Madurai branch. An excellent award for the Santragachi branch and the Palavaram branch and the Goa branch. And an outstanding award for Trivandrum branch, the Pune branch, the Delhi branch, and the Viluppuram Pondicherry branch.
Okay, so this was just overall presentation and editing. Some of you have edited it really well. When I say presentation, I don't mean the quality of the performance. That's something separate. But the overall presentation look and feel and the editing, very, very crisp in some cases. So I'm going to talk about the branches whom I haven't spoken about till now. Commendable job from the Jamshedpur branch, a very active branch. They've got young people, they've got children, they've got families. Most of them are doing really well. They do many outreach programs beyond the community also. Nivar Adolby, the president, and his young team, and he's got some elderly people or older people who are advising. So, and then we've got Garvin Waters in his team, a very important member. Then we've got Auntie Marianek, always there, sort of helping them and guiding them. And they all don't always agree, which is also fun, which is also part of the game. They've got many active people. In fact, I would like to remember Craig Rosario. If you saw Sherry, who was in the fancy dress, the lady of the fancy dress from Jamshedpur, her husband, Craig Rosario, I think he was just 38 and suddenly passed away of a heart attack. And he was a vice president of the branch and playing a very active role. So young people who are working, look after yourselves, your health, and we should all be saying it to ourselves, actually. So we remember Craig and we thank his family and we remember him for his contribution. And then there are other, Ritesh Alberts, my friend, is also over there. They're all very active. And then you saw the Sneed, Mariah, her family, very active. So we can go on. Jamshedpur, very good. Keep it up. Madurai branch, I've already spoken about Moses Pears and his team. Keep it up. Santragachi, I've already spoken about Dominic Court Street and his team. The Palavaram branch, I've spoken about Justin De Silva and his team. The Goa branch, led by our governing body member, Justin Clark. Now they keep saying, most of us are above 50 or 60 or 70. But what spirit. Fantastic. Great. And very well done. Not just for this, but they do what they have to do. And they have some really rocking shows, I'm told. And people are always praising the Goa branch. So, and also reaching out in whichever way they can, keeping people's spirits up. The Trivandrum branch, I think the Trivandrum branch is really doing well under the leadership of Janet D'Souza and her team, Jessel Rodrigues and the other members of her team, Maya Gomez, and then all the her committee, but Janet and Jessel are leading and doing a fine job. There's Tony Carvalho, and then there's Robin, and then they're supported by the seniors who are there in the branch. I think they're doing really well. Well done, all around well. Pune branch, of course, always a very active branch, and now led by Mr. Joel Edwin, the principal of Bishop's Camp, and Carl Young, the really, really hardworking secretary, and their committee members. Some of them are most of them are really, really active, like Denise Chakranian, I hope I got the pronunciation right, Bina D'Souza, and other members. If I don't mention your name, don't get offended, but I'm not looking at any paper. I'm just rattling off the names, as it were. George Adshead, my friend. Yes, George. And the others, Judy Mitra. Are you still on the committee, Judy? I think you are. And Iona Fernell, yeah. All of you, congratulations. We also recognize the contribution of Mr. Frank Fries over the years, for many, many years, took the branch to a position of great strength. And we thank the Bishop Schools, that is of Camp Kalyani Nagar in Undri, for their contribution to our association in Pune. So keep up, and the youth, very active youth now. In fact, they've put it all together. Keep it up, the youth, very, very active. Good show. Delhi branch, maybe I'll talk a little later about them, and Villipuram Pondicherry branch, maybe I'll talk a little later about them. We're almost at the end, Andy. We just got 2 or 3 slides left. Almost at the end.
You want to take the next one, or shall I?
No, go for it. You just and then I'll take it.
So this is a congratulations and thank you is what I've been told. And the true spirit of Christmas honor. This is for branches. Okay. We have the Khurda Road, Bhubaneswar branch, the Kharagpur branch, the Trivandrum branch, and
we'll come to the other one later. The true spirit of Christmas honor, the Khurda Road, Bhubaneswar branch, they believe in families. Everything is family oriented and family related. The strength, one of the strengths of our community is the family. Many Anglo-Indian friends of mine have told us, at your weddings and at your parties and at your festivals, aap log sab ek saath enjoy karte ho, which basically means you guys all join together and enjoy yourself, irrespective of what age group you are. Friends in many communities, they also enjoy themselves, but the children are separate. The adolescents and the teenagers are separate, young adults are separate, and the 40s, 50s are separate, and even the adults, elders are separate. In our community, it's all together, whether it's prayer or worship, whether it's dancing or enjoying yourself, and it's personified by the Khurda Road Bhubaneswar branch. Superb, excellent. At their singing or at their all Christmas songs, their baby Jesus wasn't a doll. It was a real baby. And Denise and I were trying to guess whether he or she was 2 months old or 3 months old. We couldn't guess. And we couldn't guess whether baby Jesus was he Jesus or she, because it was a real baby. And then there were 3-year-olds and 5-year-olds looking at the baby, and the mummies were singing. There were a couple of daddies, there were a couple of teenagers playing. Wonderful. That is the spirit of Christmas. Thank you and congratulations. This is one of the most important awards, according to me, the true spirit of Christmas honor. Also to the Kharagpur branch. They sensitively, they organized everything very well. They got people, sort of from different age groups, and excellent. I just think that they can improve the recording a bit more, because they had in their singing Calcutta's best singer, Dean Martin, and his daughter. His daughter's name is Denise. Will that be? Okay, sorry, young lady, but we'll say Dean Martin's daughter. Dean Martin, ladies and gentlemen, is the best. His name is Dean Martin, believe you me. But he's not. He doesn't sing only Dean Martin. He sings Freddie Mercury to modern songs, etc. And he was part of the choir singing over there. But well done, all Kharagpur branch. I've already spoken lots about you. And Trivandrum branch, they had 1/4 of their members participating. And there were, I don't know how many people singing, and all beautifully edited, and very good participation. It's a small branch in numbers. I think maybe about 65 people, but great involvement and very well done there. The committee, the president, secretary, very well done. Keep it up. The next one, Andy.
The best turned out Christmas Look Award. This goes to the Palavaram branch. I have to explain this one.
A lot of people were fighting for this. But if you look at the Palavaram branch, there are about maybe about 8 of them singing. All of them had almost the same color ties, the same red thing. That is beautiful, wonderful. The curtains also helped them a lot. But it was lovely. Well done, Justin and your team, not just for this, for all that you're doing to touch people's lives. Congratulations, keep it up.
Then we have the True Spirit of Christmas Honor. This is for members. Tommy and Jude Heron of the Goa branch, Keith Dixon of the Delhi branch, Pastor Earl Smokey James and family of the Pune branch, Fergus Anthony of the Bilaspur branch.
Good. Now here I'll just take obviously 30 seconds to speak about each. The true spirit of Christmas honor. This is an honor because I'm going to tell you what's behind the story behind it. Tommy and June Heron, the Goa branch. Oh, wow. They're in the young 70s, 80s, and they just personify not just the spirit of Christmas, but the spirit of being Anglo-Indian. Yes, everyone has their problems. I'm sure they have their problems also, but wonderful. And it was beautifully described as these are the people who get everybody together and going in the Goa branch. So well done, Goa branch, and well done, Tommy and June Heron. Keith Dixon, everybody who knows him knows he's a professional singer. Andy Hoffland is a fan of his. Barry O'Brien is a bigger fan of his. And he is a music teacher, singer. He's got his own band. We heard him in Lucknow last year at the AGM. He just wanted to sing. And obviously, it was like non-competitive. Friends, he sang or recorded his songs the day after he recovered from COVID.
Yep.
Absolutely incredible. So, Keith, thank you very much for that. That is true Anglo-Indian spirit and true Christmas spirit. Pastor Earl Smokey James and family. Oh my goodness me, the Judah clan. I got a message a couple of days ago from a non-Anglo-Indian, non-Christian friend of mine who's been following this, Mr. Akhtarul Islam. And he said, Barry, I have never encountered a more rocking pastor. And I hope the rocking pastor is going to get something. Well, friends, this pastor was asked by me and in Christmas Panorama competition, but it was part of our presentation where, the Expressions group had two lovely performances, one by Dr. Sherlan Shivan, where she recited this moving poem, and one was about the Fourth Wise Man, which was recited by, narrated by Dr. Daphne Gomez, Maya Gomez, Fergus Anthony, and myself. Well, we asked him to sing two songs in 12 hours, less than 12 hours, 6 hours. He sent me two songs all day. That's the spirit of Christmas. And I can tell you, Pastor Earl Smokey James, if there were more pastors and priests and missionaries like you, or people preaching in church like you, there'd be more people in church. Because Jesus was all about joy. I heard a Catholic priest once giving a sermon where he said, if you're very sad throughout, or you're down and you're always, frowning, etc., you're really not a Christian, because Christianity is also to do with joy. So thank you for spreading that joy and touching so many people, including me. Thank you very much. And Fergus Anthony. Why Fergus Anthony? Well, here's a young lad. He may be in his late 20s. He's a professional photographer. He's specializing in wildlife, doing his PhD, and studying the birds and the bees and clicking their photographs. I'm told that his friend or special part friend is also into that. Very good. Now, he is not a person who's going to narrate or read with Dr. Daphne Gomez and Maya Gomez and Barry O'Brien. When they asked him, he agreed to read with us because he's part of the Expressions team. They wanted 4 from the Expressions team. So they said, Fergus, we don't have a 4th. Would you come in? And this fellow coolly agreed. And he didn't feel out of place, or he didn't feel any sort of, these people are good at this and I'm not good at it. It's like asking us to do photography. I would have backed out. So Fergus, that's true spirit, through Christians, Anglo-Indian spirit. Keep it up. God bless you. You're one for the future.
Oh, I love that applause. Yes. A Christmas Panorama, quality of performances, presentation, and overall impression.
So these are the final awards. Yeah.
Commendable, the Mumbai branch. Excellent, Devlali Nasik Igatpuri branch, the Madurai branch, the Jamshedpur branch, and the Calcutta branch. An outstanding award for Delhi branch and the Villupuram Pondicherry branch.
There you go. So these are the big ones, which takes into account the quality of your performances, the depth, the width of your performances. Did you participate in many events? Did you involve people in it? Overall, was the presentation, the editing also good? So well done, Mumbai branch. Excellent. In spite of the fact that you put up a 1 hour, 20-minute, whole, huge, beautiful, moving, spiritual nativity service of your own the day before. That is incredible. So very well done. Devlali, Nasik, Igatpuri, they had everything covered. All the boxes were ticked, and they're very, very thorough, as their president Julian Redden always believes in that. Well done. Madurai branch, as I've told you, Moses Pairs and his team, lovely. Everything was very well done. Jamshedpur, I loved it also. It had something for everything, and a bit of everything. So well done over there. And the Calcutta branch, singing, dancing. Andy really loved their whole thing. Many people did. Well done, Calcutta branch, and it's put together by the youth, as in many other branches also. But outstanding in this overall category for variety of performance, for involving people, for having a jolly good time, for editing it really well, presenting it really well, compare good, a lot of character and fun. Delhi branch, congratulations, Mr. Eddie Jones and Anthea Hodges and their committee and their team of people who participated, and they're doing a wonderful job. It's very difficult to run a good branch in Delhi because of the hugeness of Delhi. I mean, when I say a good branch, I mean keeping people together. But they're doing a wonderful job. Keep it up, Delhi. And thank you, Eddie, Anthea, and all the special people in Delhi. Keep it up. Villupuram Pondicherry branch, just improving by the day, every day over the last couple of years. Dr. Cheryl Ann Shivan, her family, Shivan, and her daughters, people around her, really, it's something quite incredible. Just watch it. It's beautifully put together. Well, friends, congratulations to all these branches. I hope I've spoken about each branch. I'm now going to the first slide because I must do that. I think I have. Agra, yes, keep it up. I have. Calcutta, I have. Coimbatore, well, you sent in only one entry, but we want to see more participation in this, but a very active branch. And, you know, Patsy Tanner and her team over there, keep up the good work, and all the senior people over there and the youth. Delhi, I've spoken about. Devlali, Nasik, Igatpuri. I had the good fortune of going there, and they gave me a lovely time, both in, was it Devlali or Nasik? Doesn't matter. I all came together for the night. It was cold and it was late, but it was beautiful. And the next day was in Igatpuri. So thank you for that. Then Goa, well, I've spoken enough about you. Keep it up. Jamshedpur also paid you lots of compliments. Keep it up. Kharagpur, I've said lovely things about you. Keep it up. Khurda Road, Bhubaneswar, I've spoken from my heart and praised you. Keep it up. Madurai, well done. Keep it up. I've spoken about you. And of course, Mumbai. And of course, Nagpur. So I have covered all the branches. Palavaram, I've also spoken about you. Patna, I've also spoken about you. Congratulations. Keep it up. Kodanur, of course, one of my favorite branches. Actually, all are my favorite branches. Kodanur, a couple of years ago, we went there and we sorted things out. Oscar leading the way as usual. Santragachi, very, very happy to see you right up and about. St. Thomas Mount, fantastic. That is led by very, very young Dawn Wilson and her team. Trivandrum, really, a really, really fine branch now, doing lots of good work in different ways, especially online and other things. Well done. Villupuram Pondicherry, I've spoken about. And Visakhapatnam, I haven't spoken about. They sent in just one entry, but they're doing a very good job, the ad hoc committee over there, led by Freddie, Freddie Pereira. Keep it up, Freddie. And then they've got this incredible honorary secretary in Candy Foreign, who is, well, terrific. She's doing fantastically well. And the others who are supporting, that is Dickie Smythe and Clive, Perry. And then we've got all the other members who are helping out. Thank you very much. Keep it up, Isaac. I think I've covered everybody. And we've used this opportunity, Andy, not just to bring in the Christmas spirit, but to talk about our branches and our association. If you want to add something, and then I'll have the last word.
Well, I just want to say that I've really enjoyed watching all these days of performances, and I think it was a great idea because it brought everyone together. And as you said, all the age groups, all the different parts of India, everyone came together. Anglos all came together, and their families joined in, and I just felt so Christmassy. So thank you very much. And I think a Christmas Panorama has to come back next year online, please.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Big round of applause for Andy Hoffland. Thank you. Thank you very much, Julian and Shelley, because obviously the spouses sometimes play a bigger role. And thank you, Graham Graham single. So thank you all very much for organizing this. Thank you, the 24 branches, for sending in your entries. We thank Santa Claus, who's also sent a special message. I wonder if Shomnath can play it at the end.
That would be nice, because I don't think it reached everyone. And we were in trouble of getting it right to send it in.
And Santa Claus, and I'm grateful to Andy and Shomnath for organizing that, coordinating with the North Pole head office of Santa Claus. It should end with it, Shomnath, or maybe a song and that. And thank you, those children and the families who have dressed up with fancy dress. Don't worry if you haven't won an award, etc. Everyone's going to be recognized if you send in your names, branch-wise, of all the names who participated, the children, the adults, everybody, with the correct spelling, as well as anyone who's helped you, especially if the person is a young person, production or editing, and we will send you this this certificate signed by Santa and me. Good. So once again, a Merry Christmas, or rather compliments of the season to all of you. All the very best for the coming year. The vaccine will come. We will be vaccinated. We will have to be a little more patient. Things will slowly start getting back to normal. Please wear masks. Please maintain social distance. Don't go out unless it's for work. That's my policy, actually, our policy. So from Denise and my home and our home to all your homes, compliments of the season. A very happy new year. I'm sure it's going to get better and better. And be involved in the association in some way. I'm just going to quickly once tell you again, we have the main Facebook page, which all the news comes up there, what branches are doing, their outreach programs, their entertainment, etc. Then we have now the way forward, which, as I've told you, Aldo and Shomnath and I and some of us handle. Then we've got the way forward. Please send in any news that you get of opportunities, of jobs, of careers. Send it into us. Join the way forward Facebook page, which is mainly for our youth, but for other adults also, and adults who can help. And there we've got Lester and Janet and Sherilyn and Charlie doing a great job, and Rosalind is also over there, and Peter. So, but please be a part of it and send us the news about the jobs and the career opportunities. And way forward will surely be working with AIAI to organize webinars and some training sessions. Then we've got Expressions. We're having a great time backstage of Expressions with Auntie Daphne Gomez and Maya Gomez and our team, Sherilyn Shivan and Marion and Joy Jacob and Fergus. Yep, please read some good pieces that have been written over there, not just by Anglo-Indians, by others also. You can contribute also, as well as participate and get your branch members to participate in the competitions and in just sending in writing. Yep, okay, that's good. And finally, well, the new Facebook page, Shomnath, if we can have that slide up. We are calling it BAIT. This is Best Anglo-Indian Talent. I wonder if Shomnath can show it on Andy's screen. Basically, to keep our culture, we love our culture. So if you want to feature your singing, your dancing, not just for competitions, but on a regular basis, I'm sure they'll plan something where Graham, who is the national events coordinator, will be coordinating, of course, and there'll be Andy and there'll be Julian and others. If some of you want to be a part of that team, please volunteer your services and get in touch with them because we need a pretty big team to put that together. That's bait. So I think I've covered everything. Just to leave you with the last thought, Jason O'Connor, a friend of mine, very active member of the Mumbai branch, vice president, he sent me an idea and he said, Chief, whatever you do, if you like it, don't mention my name. Well, I have to mention and give credit to people who give good ideas. Thank you, Jason, for the idea. His idea is to start focusing on reaching out. So reach, and he's got REACH standing for something, telling people what you get or how you benefit or how you enrich yourself if you're a member of the All India Anglican Association. So those of you who have left, come back. Those of you who are being lazy and not paying your subs or finding some excuses, we need you, not just your subs, but we need your participation or at least your support. And those of you who've never been members, please think of joining the All India Anglican Association, and we will be sharing with you our message of reach, what it stands for, and what we get. You know, we have Anglicans are famous for asking, what do we get from it? Well, we'll tell you what you get, and it's not to do with getting only sponsorships or money, but it's to do with the sense of fulfillment and pride of being Anglo-Indian. Friends, I want to say a special thank you to my colleague, because he works very closely with me and Rudy and Glenn. That is Somnath Dasgupta. Thank you, Somnath, for all that you do, and do forgive me for all the or shouting or whatever, throwing my temper at you through the year, but thank you for all that you do. And for today, I'm very grateful to Somnath's son, Konishko Dasgupta, and his friend Debolina Pal. Both of them, they have this company called Quest Media, and they've helped us put this together. And it is courtesy and out of love. They're not charging us anything for it. They are both Frank Anthony Public School students. They said, we are from an Anglo-Indian school, the Anglo-Indian system, and we're from the Frank Anthony Public School, Calcutta. So this is the least we can do. This is our little Christmas gift to the All India Anglican Association. Thank you, Quest Media. Thank you, Konishko. And thank you, Debolina. So with that, no more words. I hope I've covered everything. Once again, thank you to my governing body for all that they're doing. And I thank my family, 3 daughters and 1 son-in-law, for putting up with me and everyone at home and in my company. And a very special thank you to the lady behind me. You can't see her, but she's Denise. And she knows she's getting more and more involved, or I'm getting her more and more involved. And she's doing it most happily now and supporting me. Without her support, it would not have been possible. Thank you all very much. Stay safe, stay happy. Next year will be a better year. God bless you. Long live our association. Long live our small but gallant community. And God bless India as we go through many challenges. God bless our country and its leaders. Thank you. Good night.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and a Happy New Year, and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We all want some cake and calculs, cake and calculs, cake and calculs. We all want some cake and calculs, so bring some right now. So bring some right now. So bring some right now. We all want some cake and calculs, so bring some right now. We won't go until we get some, till we get some, till we get some. We won't go too. Goodbye, 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 goodbye to all of you. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year too. And a Happy New Year too. And a Happy New Year too. Merry Christmas, everyone!
Hello, everyone. My name is Sant Niklaus, but of course you know me as Santa Claus. This year, I would like to wish all the Anglo-Indian children, the small ones and also the not-so-small ones in India, a very Merry Christmas. From myself and the elves and also all the reindeer. I hope you have been good. I hope you have tried to be good to people. Please remember to always keep the Christ in Christmas and be good to all. So a very Merry Christmas to all of you. Ho, 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 ho.